Okay, so now for our tips. I have a total of 7 tips today for you guys when it comes to finding a house. So number 1, go with your spouse. This is a mistake I made because I was just so thirsty and pressed to find a home, and I had nothing else to do. I'm at the hotel with my toddler. You know, I was just really excited about finding a home. So I actually went while my husband was in processing. So I contacted a few realtors. It's recommended to work with more than one just to, you know, cover more bases. There may be some homes one realtor has and another doesn't. But so I went while he was working, and they showed me 5 homes, and the one we're in is the one I obviously fell in love with. I tried to communicate with my husband while I was looking. I was sending him videos, but because he was in processing, he wasn't able to really respond in a timely manner, and so it was a little hit or miss. And I got really excited about this home, and once I actually showed him the home, he wasn't the biggest fan of it. I think he likes it a little more now. It's definitely growing on him, and I think he does like it now. But just to avoid that, definitely bring your partner. It's a very important decision. Like, this is going to be your home for the next 2 years, so it's an important decision that you guys both should be involved with. So pretty obvious one, but something I didn't do, but we're here now, and yeah. Okay, so tip number 2, know your OHA. So your OHA is your overseas housing allowance. So this is how much the Army is going to pay you to find your home. Of course, it's based off of your rank. Is this crooked? Maybe a little bit. I don't know, guys. Okay. I think this is good. Okay. Sorry, I just did the camera. 2, like I was saying, know your OHA, know how much the Army is going to pay you to find your home. So this is important because you don't want to find a home you fall in love with, and you find out, oh, I can't afford this home. So you can actually go onto, one second, let me find the website for you guys. You can go to the Defense Travel Management website, and then you're going to put in your rank, if you have dependents or not, your area code for Korea, and it'll show you the rate that you're allowed. My husband is an E5, so ours is like 1,300, which translates roughly into, I think, 1.7 million won. Our home is actually 1.65, so we're actually able to stay under budget, which is something that was very important for my husband. So we were able to do that, find a good place. There are a ton of Facebook pages that you can join to start, you know, getting an idea of, you know, what's out there. There's not a guarantee that it'll be available once you get here, but just, if I know a lot of you people want to see ideas. So I'll put a list of Facebook pages down in the description box with links of the pages you can join to find those homes. Okay, tip number 3 is to, sorry, I got notes. Make a list of wants. What do you want in your home? How many bedrooms do you have? Do you want an apartment? Do you want a villa? Do you want a single home? Do you want a yard? Do you want a park for your children? If you have children, it's important to find something that's on the bus line. What else? Anything else you can think of, just make a list of your wants, because your realtor is going to ask you for that, and it's important for you. It's your new home, so you want to get the things that you want. You may have to compromise, like, of course I had to, so just keep that in mind. So about the different home types, we live in a villa. So villas are pretty much like apartments, but they're not the high-rise buildings. You know, in Korea, if you've ever been, or if you ever looked it up, I'm sure you've seen the high-rise buildings, which can be like 20 stories high or even taller, and those are the apartments. Villas, they're usually like 3 to 4 stories high, and they tend to me to be a little more spacious, but also they can tend to be more outdated than the apartments will be. We got lucky because our villa was actually built like only a couple years ago, so it's fairly new. It's more modern, which was something that was really big on my list. I wanted something more modern. Coming from Germany, it was kind of like, the housing wasn't bad in my opinion, but it was a little bit outdated. So I just really wanted something more modern this time. So I'm happy with what we got. And like I said, our home is a villa. We're on the 2nd floor, and it has an elevator. that's something we really wanted to. We really don't need one for the second floor, but in Germany, we lived on the third and fourth floor with no elevators, and being pregnant and having toddlers and living on the third and fourth floor was not the funnest when you don't have an elevator and you're lugging groceries. So single story homes, of course, that's like, those are the homes that are going to have the yard. So for my people who have animals, or just want a yard for their children to play in, or you want to start a garden or something, those are the homes that are going to be for you. However, they tend to be on the expensive side, and if you're like E5 and below, it's going to be a little harder to find a villa within your budget. It's not impossible, but it's going to be pretty hard, and the timing's probably just going to have to be right, unfortunately. So those single story homes are going to have the yards, they're going to have the space, they're going to have the upstairs, the downstairs. They're usually like 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, very spacious homes. So I would have liked to have that, but I just knew realistically it just wasn't in our budget. So again, I settled for this amazing villa. Apartments, those are going to be your high-rise buildings. You know, the benefits of the apartments, they usually have the community parks for children. The villas tend to not have that. Same thing for the single family homes, they tend not to have those parks. So those apartments with the high-story buildings, they have amazing parks, a very good sense of family community there. And then they also have underground parking, so you don't have to worry about your car freezing. And then something really cool about it is they usually have like little stores and barbers and cleaners in like the underground parking, which I thought was really cool. We visited a few, but me personally, I just don't want to be on the 19th floor of a building. And plus the apartments tend to be a little smaller, but they're also going to be more in budget for a lot of families. So there are a lot of families that live in the apartments, which is nothing wrong with them. We actually found a beautiful brand new apartment, super modern. It was like on the 19th floor, and it was just so amazing. But I knew I really wanted a 4th bedroom, and they only offered 3. But I'm gonna maybe insert, or maybe I'll do another video showing all the apartments that I didn't choose, just so you guys can get another kind of view of some of the things that are out here. So if you guys want that, just let me know in the description. I'll upload a video of all the apartments that I viewed. So yes, that covers the apartments, the villas, and the single homes. Something big you want to look for. So they're always going to tell you to find a home with city gas and solar panels, because it's going to help you save on your utility bill. Here in Korea, I'm not sure why, but the utilities are very, very high. So the Army is going to give you OHA, Overseas Housing Allowance, and they're also going to give you additional money, an additional allotment for your utilities, which is I think around close to $800. That just gives you an idea of how high the utilities are. And there are a lot of people who kind of complain about how they're always going over it. So that just goes to show you how expensive it is. And the city gas and the solar panels is going to help you to lower those costs and maybe even pocket some of that money if you can save some. So for us, we were able to get city gas, but unfortunately we do not have the solar panel. So we'll probably save a little bit, but not as much as we would with the solar panels. Okay, so now that you have your list of the things you want in your home, you know that you have to look for city gas and solar panels. Now it's time to find your realtor. Now, do not contact a realtor. It's not recommended, at least. You can always do it, but it's not recommended to contact a realtor until you get into Korea, because those things, those houses, those homes, they go quick, and by the time you get to Korea, it may not be there. Also, in addition, you will be told if you are living on or off post once you get here. It depends what is available. If housing on post is at 95% and over, then you can go move off post. But if it's under that percentage, then you have to live on post. You know, it's not I want to. It's not really a decision. It's what's available. So keep that in mind. We wanted to live off post, and we were able to because housing was full. I know that's not the case for everybody, and I believe they have new towers opening soon. So if that's something you're interested in, hopefully it'll be available by the time you guys get here. So yeah, and housing will also give your spouse or you, if you're the service member, they'll give you a list of credible realtors, and realtors to stay away from. And also the Facebook pages, they always recommend, you know, realtors that they love. We used A+ Realty, and then, which I know is a popular one, and then another one we were going to use, but we ended up finding our home with A+ was One Stop. So last but not least, it's kind of random, but this kind of goes into finding what you want for your home, is oven size. If you watch the video, then you've seen that the ovens are like super tall. I mean, not super tall, super small. And I asked my realtor, I'm like, hey, what's that about? And they're just saying, like, you know, in Korean culture, they do not use ovens a lot when they're cooking, so there's really not a need for them, you know. So those ovens are really tiny. If you're a baker, maybe, you know, that's something you do, maybe your spouse does as like a hobby or a means to make money. It's going to be really important to try and find a home with a bigger oven, or potentially even get on post, because I believe their ovens are regular size. So if that's something that's really big for you and your family, then you're going to have to let your realtor know that. And I'm not sure if they have it off post, but I hope they do. So that concludes my video. If you guys liked it, leave a thumbs up. If you have any questions for me, leave it in the description box and I'll answer you guys. But yeah, welcome to Korea if you're coming. Bye.